Video coverage of ITEXPO is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists.
Hi, Rachel Ramsey here on the floor at ITEXPO in Miami. We are in the Xmartek booth, so we have a lot going on, a lot to show you. We have Juan Pablo Pazos with us, the president of Xmartek. So just walk us through what we're going to look at today.
We have a lot to show. Thank you for stopping by in our booth. So first of all, let me show you one of the jewels of the show. We have a very nice Microsoft Link integration where we can actually integrate any SIP IPPBX to Microsoft Link, so actually giving a full potential to the Office 365. And here is Corinne Bartow from Escort, and she's going to walk us through what we have here.
Perfect. I'll just walk right over here.
Thank you, Juan Pablo. I am Corinne. I'm with ITEXPO. ITEXPO is a manufacturer of soft clients of all variants running on a number of different devices. What we're here showing at this show is our Link integration, and what that is all about is taking the Link data capabilities, whether it's instant messaging and presence or web conferencing or what have you, and adding to them an integration into whatever back-end PBX is going on. In this case, we're looking at a SIP integration with SIP PBX, SIP capable PBX in the back, and at the client side, what the end user is going to see is basically one experience that is integrating two disparate backends, the Microsoft Link for instant messaging presence, maybe web conferencing, and what is already invested in for most organizations, their telephony infrastructure on the back end.
Excellent. Great.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So we will keep on moving over through the booth. Tell us what we're going to look at next.
So we are having a lot to show here, and here we have some of one of the jewels of the show. This is part of our SNOM family of phones, and Reynaldo is going to tell you this phone can register not only to IPPBX, but can also register to Microsoft Link and many other events. So Reynaldo, want to talk about a little bit about what you have in the show?
Absolutely. SNOM is one of the unique manufacturers of IP phones that provides you with access to multi-locations or multi-areas as far as connectivity to the phone. The SNOM phone makes it unique in the market because of the factor that the customer needs only one particular phone. Doesn't really need to look whether I go Link or I go SIP on the type of environment. It has it all in the phone. The software is contained in the phone. So you can have with one phone today, have SIP, and in the future migrate to Link using the same phone. Or you can have both, have access to both SIP and Link servers on that. As well as you can see, it has presence. If you notice that a little bit, it has the presence on the phone in itself. So when you actually have the presence of Link, that it shows you where the presence of that individual, whether he's busy, he's on the phone, he's away. That presence that's there, that's also located on the PC, in the Link environment, also reflects it on the phone. And changes can be made on the phone. So if your PC is down by any sort, or you turned it off, you can actually make the changes on the phone in itself, and it allows you to do that. So that's the flexibility of the SNOM phone.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reynaldo. And now let me show you what we have here, and I am going to invite Gianfranco to actually make a presentation. So we have a rack full of gear. So Gianfranco, do you want to tell us a little bit of what we have?
Yes, okay, right here we are showing the SBC of Sangoma. It's a session border controller, which can make possible the integration of different IP solutions. Right here he has an IPPBX. It's a Azeric-based IP solution. We have also a Cisco Call Manager. We also have an IP, a Link, Windows Link service, and additional 3CX IPPBX. So all in here we can mix it up, we can integrate it with a session border controller. And here we have with the Sangoma. We have the different side entities with SNOM, sorry. We can see that here is the Link, here is the IPPBX extension, the 3CX extension, and the CUCM extension, that is the call manager. And we can have communications within the whole different IPPBXs using this session border controller. So if you want to have a little demonstration, we can show you. Okay, right now, we're going to make a call from Cisco Call Manager into the HyperPBX extension. That it's 3010. sorry. Let's choose. This is the Cisco Call Manager. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry.
So while we're waiting for that to get figured out, do you want to just tell us a little more about, oh, you got it figured out?
Sorry.
Oh. About, Xmartek and how all this really fits in.
Absolutely. So I think that one of the challenges that the system integrators have is that this is not a matter of just finding the right product, but sometimes having like the whole ecosystem to make things work. So that is what we are trying to bring to the table. So we are bringing a good way to have a one-stop shop for unified communication needs, and that is why this is important. So the integration, the Cisco Call Manager, the 3CX, the Microsoft Link, the Asterisk PBX, and with a phone with dual registration and all of that.
Excellent. So, perfect.
Yeah, I was speaking the wrong line.
That's okay.
Now we have the Cisco Call Manager line, and we can choose to call to the Hyper PBX. And as we can see, we can have a perfect communications between. You can just answer the phone, you have audio, and everything goes great.
Excellent.
Great,
thank you.
So let's go here.
Moving along.
This is Cheryl, and she's coming from one of our partners, Pika Technologies. They are developing some very nice and hot gear, and she's going to talk about the one of the most important one of them, and has had many traction in the show, which is our Pika Firewall. So Cheryl.
Hi. Hi, how are you? Okay. So this is the device. It's a micro firewall. It is a protection device for your premise-based IP PBX. So if you're concerned at all about toll fraud or people hacking into your PBX, then this device protects that from happening. So we're looking at SIP traffic, and we are stopping the behavior before the very expensive bill shows up in your mail.
Excellent.
And let me come this way. You will see that we... This is something that is also creating a lot of noise during this show. And this is the first time that we are talking for a new concept in the show. We are calling it the Industrial Unified Communications. This is new, and I want to introduce you to a team of developers that have been doing an outstanding job of integrating the M2M world, the machine-to-machine, with the IPPBX. This is Gustavo and Enrique Shavelov and Juan, and I also see Eric, and I see a lot of people here because this has been something that is creating a lot of noise. Just imagine that you can just call an extension and turn on the lights of a football field. Or just imagine that you can call an extension and actually turn on your air conditioning system. Or that there was an emergency stopping one of the engines of an elevator, and then you receive a call or an SMS from your PBX system. And that is what we have here. So maybe, Gustavo, you can actually have some conversation and introduce the product.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm very excited showing our new products.
So tell us a little more about, the details in developing this and the different possibilities of using it.
Yes, actually what we want to show here in ITEXPO is how now unified communications can be available for the industrial market. This is a feature that we think that actually is not usually in the factories, and we think that this concept, the industrial unified communication, is going to be a very exciting idea for a lot of factories that want to integrate corporate wear to the industrial world, have more information in a simpler way, an SMS, an email, and not going to a SCADA system or some complex system where they are not going to understand what is really the most important thing that's happening in the factory. Okay?
Excellent. Great. Okay, well, it looks like that's all that we have from Xmartek.
Actually,
So
there is a surprise because we are just receiving something that just came to this show, and I want to share it with Gustavo. Actually, Gustavo, you are receiving the award for 2014 ITEXPO, the most innovative product of the show. So if you want to put it on top of this, please. Thank you very much, IT Expo. This has been a very nice recognition, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Video coverage of IT Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.